Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This is very embarrassing because on the other side of the camera there is someone looking at me, staring at me. It's Chinese national holiday today, so I thought we should do something fun. And the reason I didn't update as much was because I was sick. Again, of course, I had a neural condition that caused a severe vertigo and several headaches. So we had to take things extremely easy and slow recently, which is very, very annoying. But I still wanted to do something fun. So the video that we're doing today is the video that I have always been wanting to do. The Richard Osman Thursday Murder Club series. We will be talking about the 4 books. I missed one. And the latest one, I haven't got it yet. And the Netflix movie, which, as you can probably tell from the title, that I find it extremely disappointing. I like the cast, I like the actors in the movie and actresses in the movies, but I hate the plots. And I think Netflix own all of the book fans a huge "I'm so sorry I disappointed you" sign, and maybe some return fee of our subscription, but that's just me. Let me start with a brief introduction of the series. Thursday Murder Club talks about 4 elderly friends who live in a beautiful English nursing home called Chase Coopers. As they refuse to be useless old couch potatoes, they formed a Thursday Murder Club trying to solve old cases together every Thursday. There was Elizabeth, who was a retired MI5 agent. She now lives with her husband Steve. And Joyce, who is the latest resident of Chase Coopers and the newest member of the club. She is a retired nurse. And Abraham, who is Indian British and a former psychiatrist. And then there was Ron, who is a West Ham fan and a former Labour Party member. The stories unfolds as in each book, Thursday Murder Club needs to solve a murder that happens very close to them, and just to protect people that they love and care, or sometimes just to protect their own house. For the record, I like Elizabeth and Abraham the best because Elizabeth is exactly the kind of granny I want to be when I'm at her age. Someone who looks very harmless but actually holds a gun in her purse, and someone that can actually kill you without you knowing. Or Abraham, who looks very sweet and cute but actually have some kind of techniques to crack you mentally. They were the kind of people that I want to be when I was reading the book. But if I have to pick one, I like Elizabeth the best. So first of all, the characters. I think the characters are the only and the best thing I like about the series. They have the best characters I have read in all murder mysteries in a while. Of course, you love Poirot or Miss Marple because they were the main characters and they solve a lot of weird murders and they're cute and all that. But you look at them as an idol, an icon. But in these books, you see them more as your very cute neighbors, your granny's friends that you can actually meet in real life. So the first book starts with introducing us to the Thursday Murder Club members' life through Joyce's eyes, because Elizabeth approached Joyce during lunch when she was eating a shepherd pie and asking her about human body information. How can a girl die when being stabbed? How much blood did she lost that would cause her death? The stories develops between Joyce's diaries and a third-person point of view between these other characters, and it was written in a very witty tone. It's very cozy, it's very warm, it's funny, it's hilarious, with some weirdness that I found incredibly cute. Like, Joyce loves sweets so much, she bakes a lot, which that's basically my middle name, that the love of sweets. And it described Chess Coopers as a very cozy, homey heavenly-like place that the waitrose delivery truck will ding when it crosses the bridges with wine bottles and a lot of pills. It puts you in a world that was very beautiful, very fancy, but also has a lot of hidden dangers, which I like the contradictories in the stories. And I think that's one of the reasons that the series became a bestseller. It filled a gap of modern cozy murders, and it creates these characters that you adore. You love to hang out with, not to figure out what happened in the story, to the murder mysteries, but you just love to read about them. What were they doing today? What were they going to do? What are they going to do this afternoon? Will they hang out again? How was the game for Ron's West Ham club? You were like friends with them, and you connect with them deeply on the level that behind all those puzzles. I think that's the main reason why we love this series so much. What also makes the series stand out is a tiny bit of melancholy, the sadness of... So, yes, everything is cute, everything is cozy and warm, but there's also a layer of bitter truth underneath all their stories, their lives, the sadness of being old, the desire of going back to the past, saying goodbye to the people you love, your friends, your husband, your wives. It has a special tone that is more flavorful than your average murder mysteries. And I think this is especially seen in the book 3 and 4 with Elizabeth's family, with Steve, because in book 4, in The Last Devil to Die, Steve played a very important role in this book. But we know from book 1 that Steve suffered from Alzheimer's, and we know that something was bound to happen in time, but none of us, like Elizabeth, none of us is ready for it to actually happen. Especially in book 3 and book 4 with Elizabeth's family and Joy's late husband. And in the later books, we learn about Abraham's past life with his boyfriend. And these backstories, it has, except for, I'm not going to spoilers, except for Elizabeth's plotline, the other characters' life has not much to do with the actual murder stories, but it made them so vivid, and it gave them a layer of bitterness and truth that I think is the most amazing side plots in the series. Because from the first time that we've seen Abraham, we know that he's a psychiatrist, he's very elegant, he has high standards of himself and the others, he's a very gentle person, he cares about others. And somehow during this reading this, you keep wondering what makes him that the Abraham we've seen today. And in the later books, we found out about his stories, why he ended up being himself, why he never had anyone that was with him, and then we later found out why. And I have never expected to cry when reading a murder mysteries. I always only thought that you should only laugh or be amazed with the puzzle or the plots or the characters, but when reading this, I actually cried a few times with Steve and with Abraham's stories, which that was an amazing and nice surprise to me. And I think that's also the reasons that I really like it. It goes beyond the scope of a murder mystery. Because in The Last Devil to Die, I know from book 1 that Steve has Alzheimer's, right? And in the book 2 and book 3, it starts to get worse and all that. But Steve died? Steve died in that way, and Steve died, and his last wish and his last movement was to help Elizabeth crack the case. Do you have to do that? Like, out of all the people that could have died, you have to pick Steve? Can he be slowly, like, living in the world that he has to die because Elizabeth will be heartbroken, and she was already heartbroken in book 1 to book 2 and book 3 and book 4. How am I going to read the latest book? Will you give Elizabeth a new boyfriend? This is like the Anthony Horowitz series, where Susan dumped the boyfriend, the amazing Greek boyfriend that supports her in the first 2 books, and she got a new policeman boyfriend in the latest book. Why? Why do you have to break up my favorite CP? This doesn't. Now, my complaints, the plots. I don't mean this in the wrong way, but I expect some sort of mysteries in the series. After all, it's cataloged as cozy murder mysteries. I expect some form of mysteries in the books, but now I can't think of any of the books. The plotting is so weak that I can't even remember who died in the books. I mean, I appreciate the double or sometimes triple homicides or case within a case, that a previous case was linked to the case now, but I cannot think of any smart planning of a murder, a locker room mystery, untrustworthy alibi, untrustworthy storyteller. I mean, give me something, okay? There are so many good murder mysteries, murder authors in the world. Can you just pick a scheme and give us a really good schemes in any sort of the way? I enjoy reading them, but only because I like hanging out with the grannies, not because I enjoy reading the weak plots. I didn't experience any thrilling of the grand revealing of the truth, the amazing whodunit. Frankly, to the point that we get through all these pages, I don't even care about whodunit. I just want to know what cookies Joyce made for today. I'm not sure, frankly, I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing that you have such successful career building, but kind of bad plotting. Maybe it's good because I don't want to be haunted like the death of Roger Ackroyd, like reading that, but I don't know, it still kind of make me feel like there is something missing, that this can be a historical, classical, modern fiction work with a little bit more plotting, because right now it's cozy. I can feel the cozy, but I don't feel the mystery, which is also my biggest problem with the movie. Great movie, fantastic casting, love the real nursing house, but why the modification? Bogdan should be with Donna. They should be together, and Bogdan should be in the book 2 and 3. He should keep hanging out with Steve, and Bogdan should be in the series for a long time. But in the movie, there was no processing of reviewing the cases, the murders. They wiped the whole Bogdan thing out from the upcoming stories. Why? Also, they kind of pick a less handsome than it should be actor to play Bogdan. Like, no offense to the actor, but I expect Tom Ellis level good looking guy to play Bogdan, because that's what it says in the book. Wrong character, wrong casting. There was no deduction. There was no summoning everyone together. No like putting all the small details together. There was a very general ending. Like someone just, oh, you know what? We have 10 minutes left in this movie. Let's just tell everyone who did this, and then let's just go home. Someone named the murderer. He was arrested. End of the story. That's it. Why? Why did you waste such a good casting, a great IP, just to have such a flat story in terms of the plots and the mysteries? The movie did even worse than the books. Yeah, and Netflix be like, oh, look at it, we have 10 minutes left. Unless we wrap it up in the next 5 minutes, we're gonna pay another millions to Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan and all the other fancy guys who plays in this movie, so let's just wrap it up. Forget what they said in the book. Let's just tell people who did it and show them the murderer and arrest him, and let's go home. Like, someone just looked at the timeline and decided that, oh, this is the time that we should tell everyone that Bogdan did it. It's so lame that I am so surprised that Helen Mirren said yes to the script, because if she read the book and she read the script, he should be like, why the did someone change into that? Why? Netflix, I want my money back. I actually paid for a subscription fee to watch this movie, but now I want my money back. But I really do like the cover design. So you can see the Chinese cover and I think I got it in New York. The American cover, they're different, but I like it. I like the color pattern for this series. I like the little fox. which actually it is a little hint of what happened in the story. I like it a lot. I am looking forward to read the new stories, mainly because I want to know what happened to Donna and Bogdan, because I stood up for them. They were like my main one of the reasons I read that. I really want them to have a happily ever after. Also, well, yeah, there was another thing I don't understand. Donna's mom dated her boss in the books. What happened to their plot line in the movie? Why cut it? Because it's too long? Like, I don't understand, because they were a lovely couple. And I don't understand why they changed the movie into that way. What a waste to Helen Mirren's fantastic acting skills. It just such a... I think it's... Ugh. But you know what? I am gonna read the new book, and if there is a new movie, I am gonna watch it. I know, I'm a sucker for that. I recently read a book called The Burning Court, which was ranked as one of the best locked room mystery in the history of murder mysteries. I think that's 50% truth, because I really liked the first half of the series. It was very catchy. I can't put it down. I was like, I have to finish this today, otherwise I'm not gonna go sleep. But the ending and the decipher of the locked room mystery was actually a little bit lame. It was less intense than I thought, but it was actually a very good story with a little bit female angle, if think about it now. But maybe I'm thinking about doing a video about this. Let's see. Hopefully no more vertigo. So that's all for today's video. Hope you like it. I'm so sorry if I offended you. If you like the movie so much and you hate what I just said, well, I'm sorry. But I hope you like this video, and see you next time. Bye.